Walking home from work, stop at the supermarket, the condiment aisle. A jar of pickles catches the eye, made eye contact with a solitary pickle, but the jar took it home.
Welcome to Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch.
Burger edition. I
Well,
said it
you
real
yours-
fast.
Yeah, much quicker than
I'm
mine.
pumped up, Sebastian.
All right, let's get into it. So this week, Matthew and I went to Dunn's Famous since 1927. Famous smoked meat joint in Montreal. Been around for a long time. 90 years this year.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think they would have marked it somewhere
90?
to observe it. 90 years, it's significant.
You do it when you
gotta
get to
wait for
100. Yeah, you got to wait for 100.
So you could do 75 and 90? You only get to celebrate every 25 years once you hit a certain point?
Yeah, that's true. That's how it works. You celebrate the first year. It's like anniversaries. You celebrate the first anniversary, the 25th, the 50th, the 75th, and the 100th.
I guess, but I mean, I feel like a 90, an 80, these are significant too. 85
What
you could do.
about 87?
No.
88?
Sure.
I don't understand your logic.
Now, Dunn's Famous, multiple locations.
Is it called Dunn's Famous?
Yeah, I believe
It's not
so.
just called Dunn's?
I guess it is just Dunn's, but they seem to advertise themselves as Dunn's Famous.
That just seems like incomplete.
I know. Dunn's Famous smoked meat?
Yeah,
In the radio commercials, they call themselves Dunn's Famous.
that's weird to me.
Dunn's
All right.
it is.
Yep.
So Dunn's, multiple locations on Metcalfe. We went to that one on Metcalfe, DeCarey. This one in Greenfield Park, Laval, St. Eustache, even Vancouver. There used to be one in Ottawa, but I guess it shut down. I was looking at their website today, and no signs of it anymore.
So there's 5 locations in Montreal, and then there's 1 location in Vancouver,
Something like that, yeah.
and there's no other Dunn's?
I think there may be one other in Quebec somewhere.
Oh, man, I thought they were a little bigger than that.
Well, I mean, that's not that bad.
Well, we could go to every Dunn's.
With a trip to Vancouver, sure. It's conceivable, yeah.
Yeah.
We also have to go to Repentigny. I didn't mention the one in Repentigny.
Jeez, never mind.
Vancouver is fine, but not Repentigny.
Oh, you remember the old Olympic commercials for Vancouver?
Go on.
That's it?
Back when they had the Olympics 7 years ago.
Yeah, where they had Michael J. Fox and Ryan
Sure.
Reynolds, and they were just saying, come on down.
It's nice over here. We've
It's
got
nice
a
here.
Dunn's.
It looked so nice. And I was like, yeah, I'm so jealous because it's so expensive to live there.
Oh, yeah.
So don't just Michael J. Fox, you're a millionaire.
Sure.
Ryan Reynolds, the location you're telling us to come and visit looks like an exclusive, $1 million a week resort.
Yeah, it's a thing for celebrities and
Yeah.
big shots.
Yeah, you don't. I'm just Johnny Poor Pockets here. I can't make it. I can't make it
Johnny
to
Poor
Vancouver,
Pockets.
let alone live there.
Yeah, I'm sure you could save up a little bit and go to Vancouver. I've been
Maybe.
to Vancouver.
Yeah, you did. You did go. But were you eating at Dunn's every day?
No, that's for sure.
No.
That's for sure.
Begging on the street for scraps of smoked meat.
No, man. In Vancouver, you can eat amazing meals of sushi for very cheap.
Because they're close to the
See?
fish.
Relatively close to Japan.
Oh, that's weird
Just
to think
across the
about.
ocean. So we went to Dunn's today, Matthew. Open 24/7. At least the 2 in Montreal that I know of, DeCarey and downtown on Metcalfe, 24/7. That's helpful. That's handy. Sometimes you're out late. You want to get a bite to eat. You don't know where to go. Your options are limited. Are you going to go to McDonald's? You go to Tim Hortons? You could get a decent sit-down meal at Dunn's.
Yeah, never think of Dunn's as an option.
No, I know. Nobody does. I'm here to let you know. You could go to Dunn's when it's 4 in the morning.
When you're out of options,
Yeah.
remember, Dunn's is there.
You could probably get like smoked meat and a spaghetti or something like that. Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound pretty good?
Not right now. I just ate.
No, yeah, I guess so. That's true. So we sat down at Dunn's. We placed our order with our waiter, and honestly, right off the bat, I wasn't too impressed with the guy. I'm not going to get into this right away. I'm going to save it a little bit. Matthew, while we were sitting down eating our meals, you start telling me about the Mandela effect. What does this have to do with Nelson Mandela? Let's get into this a bit, Matthew.
All right. Well, I've been freaked out the last couple of weeks, Sebastian.
For weeks, you've been freaked out.
Just staying up, going on the internet.
Yeah, a lot of freaky things there.
Yeah. The internet after dark, after midnight.
Oh boy, that's when it gets weird.
Yeah, no one's up to monitor what you're doing, and it's I'll explain to you what this Mandela thing is about.
Okay.
Basically, it's anyone who remembers something that isn't real or doesn't really exist. Like if you're like 100% sure that this happened in the past, or that something is called this, and you find proof, and it's like, oh, I was wrong, but you still believe that you were right.
Okay.
And it's like it's basically just not wanting to admit that you're wrong.
Yeah, it's for faulty people with fault. There are millions of people with faulty memories on the internet,
and you want to blame the universe.
Okay.
And not necessarily, because now what we're talking about, it's not them who are wrong. It is the universe it's a parallel universe that has converged with the universe that we are familiar with.
So what does this have to do with Nelson Mandela?
I think it was just one of the best examples, or one of the, like in the 80s, a lot of people thought that he was dead. He died in prison.
Okay.
And people thought so much that they would even remember seeing his funeral televised on TV.
Well, yeah, because it did happen. It was just more recently than that.
Yeah, it was 2000 and it was in the 2000s, like 2012 or something like that. But people would be like, "No, I saw this back in the 80s. I remember seeing it on TV. They would talk about Nelson Mandela. He died in prison. Like it's a fact. Like I have an old VHS of it." And then they can't find that VHS, and there's never any proof. And even if they had that VHS, the parallel universe thing would have altered it as well.
Now it's just like an old episode of Magnum PI.
Yeah, exactly. You just have it's like you just have fleeting memory. You have residual memory of something that wasn't completely wiped out.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. This seems like a whole lot of crazy talk, but there's certain things that I'm...
Okay, so you told me
examples.
you have other examples of this Mandela effect.
Yeah. I want to see...
Hit me with your best shot, Matthew. I want you to hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
I'm not going to hit you with the best shot because I'm building up. You build up to the best shot. Okay. You don't just fire. Monopoly Man.
Yeah. What
monocle or no?
I say yes.
He doesn't have a monocle.
Interesting.
Never had a monocle.
Says you.
Says the universe, but who knows? I was like, no, he's got a monocle. And then people are like, these naysayers, they come in and they're saying, no, the Peanut Man had a monocle.
Sure he does.
Yeah, and that's what we're thinking about.
Why can't they both have monocles?
They could both have monocles. But apparently he doesn't have a monocle.
All right.
What's that famous line from the Star Wars movie? Come on, Darth Vader says this.
I am your father.
Yeah. No, what does he say before I am your father?
No, I am your father?
Hey, you got it. You got it. But everyone is convinced it is Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Because what did they do?
I get that. I can see how that would happen, because then if out of the context of the previous line, if it's going to be a standalone line, it's got to be Luke, I am your father. But with the previous line, he's responding to it. No, I am your father. It works.
See, you're a man of logic. You're not...
Yeah, I'm not one of these madmen on the late night internet.
Yeah.
Also, I watched these Star Wars movies, like last year or end of 2015.
But you're going...
I'm going from fresher memory, not 1970s memory.
1970s memory is the memory you need to have, though, because anything you watch now is going to be tampered with.
It's already been time fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
You're familiar with Jiffy peanut butter? We don't have it around here, but...
I'm familiar with it. I see the label in my mind's eye.
Yeah. Now, how is it spelled?
Jiffy?
Okay. Now, what if I told you that doesn't exist? It's actually just called Jif. And it was never called Jiffy.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because the Y in my mind didn't fit in the logo. And I was just thinking, like, with that font the way it is, I don't know how the Y is going to... If it's not a capital Y, if the lowercase y is not going to zip down underneath the other letters, didn't make sense. It's funny that you misguided me by saying Jiffy.
I know, I had to.
It's Jiffy Pop. It's Jif peanut butter.
It is Jiffy Pop. It's Skippy peanut butter. Jiffy Pop. People.
Skippy's the one with the nut on top.
It is.
Yeah.
Do they still make that?
As far as I know.
Oh, man. The thing is, I hate peanuts.
Yeah.
But I love a peanut when it's out of place. Like, if I buy that peanut butter and I get a free little peanut on top, that's worth it to me.
All right. I mean, okay. I like peanuts. I like peanuts, but I don't like when things hide in other things. Like, I don't like raisins unless they're very upfront about where they are.
Okay.
You get a Raisin Bran, there are raisins in it, dope. Raisin bread, cool. I get a muffin, I go, oh, are these chocolate chips? No, they're raisins.
Oh, that's the worst.
Raisins are like the ninjas of baked goods.
Yeah.
They just hide in there and jump out at you when you're not expecting it. And I don't appreciate it. When they're upfront about it, like Ninja Turtles are, I'm down. When they're sneaky, like regular ninjas are, I'm not.
No.
All right, back into the Mandela effect.
I just want to throw in there that, raisins look a lot like chocolate chips when you look at them quickly.
Exactly.
Don't taste like them, though.
No, not at all.
Chocolate-covered raisins, that's the...
Glossette.
Yeah, that's the middle ground there. But peanuts... Peanuts, though, I'm surprised because peanuts are...
Those are glossettes, too.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about peanuts. You don't like food that hides within other food. Mm-hmm. But peanuts, that's their whole MO. They're hiding in their little shell. Food?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Peanuts are so weird that there's two of them in there together. Isn't it weird that, like, those two peanuts could fall in love and never be together because of their cruel
confines?
Prison?
Yeah. They're separated by a chamber.
Yeah. So sad. And they, like, if they had arms, they could maybe reach each other, but never really be together.
Yeah. Little peanut arms.
Yeah. So sad.
Nope. All right. We got two more here.
All right.
I'm going to jump in. This I don't imagine you'll remember, but this is one of the big ones. This is one of the ones that people even asked the actor, demanded that he tell the truth and not lie again. You remember the American superstar Sinbad?
Of course.
Yeah.
I really like Sinbad. I saw him not that many years ago live and really enjoyed the show. I've listened to like multiple hours of interviews with the guy. I find him quite interesting.
Now, everyone says he was in a genie movie in the 90s. A Sinbad genie movie. And that just makes perfect sense.
It sounds very believable.
Called Shazam.
No, it wouldn't be called Shazam. No, I don't think so. Because there's Kazam.
There is Kazam, and everyone...
Which is the Shaq movie.
And this is the thing. You write to these people. You're thinking of Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Also, 1996, he was a genie in a boombox. And I was like, no, I know that movie. This is a different movie.
Shazam's a registered trademark of DC Comics. That would not be the movie.
Oh, there you go.
Which is owned by Warner Brothers, and they would stand up for their IP. So I'm going to say...
You're going to say no.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say boo to that.
Yeah. Other people, they come in, they start defending it, being like, well, he wore a lot of parachute pants in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it makes sense. I could see him wearing parachute pants. And
he probably had an earring in one ear.
This is all... Basically, because the man already looks like a genie doesn't mean he is a genie.
But he should have been a genie. He had to go on. I think during a Q&A, like he had to really just announce, "I was never, to my knowledge, have I ever played a genie in any form."
That's so weird.
And people don't believe him. People are like, he's in on it.
It's so weird.
Why would Sinbad be the one?
Or if, let's say, time has been changed by some higher power, why would Sinbad be immune to it?
Yeah.
Right? Maybe his memories have been erased just like any evidence of this movie.
That's true. And there's people who post pictures of things, but they're all tampered with.
No, photoshopped.
They've got to be, because of this last one. The last one I'll tell you.
All right. Now, finally, hit me with his best shot.
Do you remember the honey-loving bears of old? They lived in a tree.
The Berenstain Bears.
Yeah. No, what's their name again? Say it again.
It's the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, like stain, like a dirty mark you got to get out of something.
I will say it's the Berenstain Bears, but I think we've already talked about this on the show when Tito was on the show.
I don't know if we did.
Maybe not. To me, it was like it was always clearly written the Berenstain Bears or Stein, whatever, Bears, like they were Jewish bears.
Yeah.
However, every teacher I ever had called them the Berenstain Bears.
Okay.
So what do you got in your?
Well, it's written
files?
out stain.
Stain?
Yeah. There's no spelling of it with the EIN.
So maybe my memory is flawed.
Yeah, but can you picture? I can picture it
totally.
but I can picture it both ways.
No, I can't even picture it. Stain.
No?
Stain?
Yeah, Stain. And you replace the A with an E, you get Stein.
Yeah, Steen. Berenstain Bears.
But they always bought Christmas trees in the books. They're not
They're not Jewish
lighting
bears.
candles.
Yeah. Interesting.